Right, so the sun's come out and things are starting to happen now. I got here fairly early, not mega early, but probably about 9:30, and it was cold. It was overcast and there was a bit of a wind, and it was a chilly wind too. So I've been wandering around for a couple of hours, baiting up a few spots, looking, watching, just trying to find signs, but with the wind on the water and no sunshine, it's been really tricky to spot anything at all. So I've been in rotation, I've been visiting these spots, I've been topping them up, I've been looking for new spots, but I've seen very, very little until I got to this corner behind me. And just about a foot from the bank, I saw 4 carp, all upended, feeding on, not a spot that I baited, just feeding. So I was with that dilemma, wait for him to move on and bait up and then lay a trap in the hope that they'll come back, or try and get a chunk of luncheon meat down between them and get a quick take. I opted for the luncheon meat. I'm just setting the rod up now, just a 3-lined hook, size 4 sharp hook, lump of luncheon meat. I've been back to the car to get the stuff, got back in position, and there's 2 fish still there feeding, and they're literally a foot or 2 from the bank. So I'm gonna try and go down about 3 or 4 steps. I'm above them without spooking, cast past them and let the bait just drift down between them, and hopefully, I think it's one of them opportunities, I've got to go for it. If I spook them, I spook them, but I could well catch up. So it didn't go quite as planned. When I got down there with the baited hook, there was 1 fish left, the others must have just drifted off. I flicked the bait out, it drifted down about a foot from the front of the fish, and he looked at it, dipped down to have a look as the bait was falling, and then just went off into the pad. So I don't think he spooked, I just think he just didn't want it. So now the area is clear, I've just put a handful of bait on the spot, and I've got a rig in position now. It's not usually my style, but it's proven really tricky to find any fish today, so I thought if I put a rig in position where I've seen fish move off, then chances are they might come back. So I've been fishing on this spot now for about 3/4 of an hour. I had 2 fish come in, one went down and started feeding. I've seen this characteristic before, it's really strange. But one went down and started feeding quite heavily on the spot. You know, I think the other one could sense danger. And it was jockeying it, it was kind of knocking into it and trying to alert it that something wasn't quite right. And eventually they just both swam off. Very strange, but I'm going to give it probably about another 10 or 15 minutes. It's very quiet in this area now. Now the sun's come up, I can see every leaf on the bottom. And the swans are starting to show interest as well because it's a shallow area. So I think it's time soon to get on my toes and check out some of the other spots. So that's it. Hope you didn't find it too boring. Didn't catch any fish. Did see a couple up in that corner, but they soon did the off, and then the swans came in and just cleared out all my spots. It's been really tricky to find anything today, even in the spots where I can't fish. Still didn't see any fish in those places. So I think it's getting to that time of year now where I have to knock this place on the head, because they do hide. It is hard to locate them, and I can go through sessions and sessions here without catching anything. And when you're on a tight budget like I am, and you just get a few hours every now and again, and you make a few films, you really want to catch a few fish. So I'll probably leave this now until the spring, and visit a few of my winter waters in between. So I'll see you at one of those.